Well, we are live.
Good morning. Surprise, surprise. We are here.
Good morning.
We're here for coffee. If anybody wants to
Join us. Join us.
join us in the coffee.
Well, it
And
usually takes a few for people to come in or to even know we're here.
true.
Or if anybody does come in, it does take a minute. Let's see if I was thinking about doing a little bit of music. I was talking to Nick, you know, um, I'm the noise opera Nick, sweet little
Oh,
Nick.
yeah.
And he's been putting up music lately. And he does they range from like 50 seconds to 3 minutes. Some like they're not crazy long, you know what I mean?
Right.
They're like perfect. And in that short bit of time, it's like you can just feel it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
we talk about that all the time when music like gets in there and touches you. And so it's like there's a couple of them that I'm just like, I really love that. And so he said that I could use any of them that I wanted
Nice.
as an intro for videos.
Oh, that's nice. That's
So
good.
yeah, I thought that was really cool. So I think I'll work on that today and maybe work on a little intro video.
What is your temperature like right now?
My temperature is, let's see, we have some um
We were supposed to have some rain maybe overnight. I don't think we got any, but I think our humidity is up.
well
Felt damp last night.
I can always do the weather report. Let's see. Which I had a couple things. And um I don't know, do we like that one? I always like just a little mellow music, you know? And there
Yeah.
is music that you can like download,
Huh.
which I'll have to get on. So but we haven't been live for a long time, so
Hi, Maya. Good
hey Maya.
morning. How are you doing?
It's good to see you, sweetheart. Ah, M. It's so good to see you, honey. It's so good to see you. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? We haven't been here for a long time.
Yeah.
We've been both going through our own little thingamajigs,
Yes.
which we can talk about too. A little bit. I always think that this is a good place. Like if I'm gonna like let people know why I've been gone, or that we've been a little sparse story, and
I know.
even on Facebook we've been a little sparse, and
A
that's
little
not
sparse.
normally like us. Yeah.
No. Oy.
Is my camera cloudy, guys? Do I need to clean it?
No, your
Did that
camera's
help?
good.
Is it? Doing all right, more or less. More or less. I've been loving seeing you paint, Maya. I do still want to paint with you. Please don't think that I've like blown you off or not given a shit. I have been painting a little bit on my own at home. Well, I've been painting a lot on my own at home, huh? But
We've just been in a little bit of a funk.
a little bit of a funk, and there's also been some physical things
Yes.
going on that just kind of make it difficult to make a commitment.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how you're going to feel.
And energy is low. So it's hard to.
Energy is love. Yeah. I started a new medicine. Doreen's been she doesn't stop cleaning her house if you really want to know the truth of it. Oh no, I'm just got over the Panorona.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I hope you are feeling better, sweetheart. I really do. You know what, you guys, I need to get my glasses. And don't make fun of my glasses, you guys, because you know I want to be like Mrs. Roper. So don't tease me. Don't tease me. Okay, now I can see you. Oh, how are you doing, sweetheart? How are you doing? Because that's really, I don't know. For some people, it's like a cold, right? They're fine. Have you noticed that? And then for some people,
some people it's like the flu.
Yeah.
A bad flu.
Yeah. And it just takes longer.
Yeah.
Takes longer. It's so good to see you, Em, honey.
And you know, it really doesn't even have anything to do with your immunities. It's just the way your body is
yeah, or if you've had you know, if you've had it a few times, how do you do with it as it goes? You know, I mean, in all honesty,
I think it's just how your body is made up, and that's it. You know, like some people
it too depends on which strand you get. You know, we've talked about that with different people.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the thing. That's how I believe that there are different strands of, because it seems to attack different areas.
That's true. That's true.
But what the hell do I know? All right, there we go. Now,
you know, the sanitation workers are mandated to get the vaccine, or else they're not allowed to work.
Well, there are a lot of places that are like that. But you look at everything that they're exposed to. That's a big one.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know, like that's because they truthfully are exposed to a lot of biohazardous material that nobody's paying any attention to, right?
Yeah, they are.
I mean, from baby diapers to adult diapers and everything in between.
Yes.
You know. So, how are you guys? Everybody have coffee or tea or whatever you're drinking, whatever time it is. You guys let me know what time it is. Maya, will you let me know what time it is, sweetie? Where are you? Hello. Hello, my gorgeous friend. Hello, my gorgeous friend. Hello, our gorgeous friend.
Hey, how are you? Long time no see, long time no hear.
I told her the other day in a chat, which is nice because, you know, that's one thing. When I don't feel good, I can at least sit back and like put my shows on, right? And whether or not I talk or not.
Yeah.
You know, but and sometimes if I see somebody that, you know, I just love, like Chris, then I'm like, oh, I gotta tell her hi, because I can't just sit back here and look at her. Thank you for loving my glasses. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. You know, you can always nag me. I just don't. You know where I feel bad, and Dore knows this, and I'm sure she feels the same way. I'm sure we probably all feel the same way a lot of the time, is just, I don't want to let anybody down.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the biggest thing for me is, and I adore you so much, Maya. You know what I mean? You're just somebody that I really adore and have adored. You know, like I just carry, there's some of you guys, I just carry you with me. All of you that are in here right now, I just carry you with me. You know, I care about you and wonder about you and all of those things. And so I most certainly don't want to let you guys down. And Maya, I love all of the wonderful things you've been doing. She's been doing a lot of things in SPTV, Dore.
Really?
Yeah, and she's been doing her art stream, which we could share a little
Yeah,
bit
yeah,
of, right?
of course.
We could share a little bit of that. And I wanted to let you guys know, like Maya, I know you belong to the Tiff and Dore 45 page on Facebook. And I wanted to let you know, if you want to share in there that you're going to do a stream, feel free to post the link in that Facebook group and see if anybody wants to come and watch your stream. Or if
Yeah,
you can get any followers. I know it's not a big group. I know it's not like fast moving. It's kind of intended to be that way. However, I would love to see some of your guys' art streams going in there. And I truthfully think some people in there would enjoy watching those art streams.
yeah.
You know, because over there we do have SPTV people, but we also have a bit of other people that are either from the chronic illness community or just from our friendships or different
Right.
things. There are people in there that I've grown up with that have known me since I was 10 years old. And there are people that I've met on social media that I just adore. "46th birthday today." And I feel really, really, really old.
Oh, wish her a happy birthday from us.
Yes, most certainly. I don't feel old, Chris. You know what, Chris? You're somebody that really put things in perspective for me when you said life is about the seasons, right? The spring, summer, fall, and winter. And really truthfully, by her saying that and looking at the, and you've heard me say that since that,
Yeah.
It kind of makes me really want to appreciate this time. And fall, truthfully, is my favorite time of the year. So I'm trying to make it more of a favorite time of my life.
Yeah. Fall is the best.
Yeah, right? Don't feel old, feel privileged.
I don't sleep much because the brain never stops. So I'm glad you can be a distraction. Aw.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Maybe we should start doing more late night lives, or maybe I should start doing more late night lives. I kind of get in a bit of a pickle because I know when like the SPTV people are on and the people that are like trying to grow their channels and doing different things that I totally support. And so I'm like, well, they're always busy. There's always, always something going on. Let's see. Oh, so it's 1 in the afternoon for Maya. So it's 7:15 in the morning for us. 12:10 in the UK, which I'm pretty good on the 5-hour UK difference. Although when we change time, it goes to the 6-hour difference, and that's when I get fucked up
And soon we're changing time.
again. 7:10 here. I'm with you, Em. Have you been up all night, Em? Shell, my girlfriend. Shell.
Good morning.
Good morning. I miss her. I miss you guys. I really do. I really do.
I think November 22nd, I believe. We changed the clock.
I'm so over the changing.
I know. Leave it alone.
Yeah, Maya, that would be wonderful. I mean, any streams you want to share, you're more than welcome to. But I was thinking about that the other day. I think the people would really enjoy some of the art streams just to pop on and watch her.
Yeah.
Art.
Be interesting.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Up all night.
Join the club. I'll join the club.
Can I ask you, when you're up all night, and any of you ladies, because I know none of us sleep well, right? What do you guys do? What do you do? What do you do, Dore? We'll start with you, right? But like when you're up all night, overnight, and also, okay, there's two questions. One, do you feel really out of whack being up all night, for one thing?
No.
And no, okay, why not? And I'm asking you guys too. Like, do you guys feel out of whack?
Because it
And
almost feels like the norm to me. Like I'm so used to being up a lot, being
at
up
this
late
point,
at this point that like it's just it's just a thing. That's it. And what do? Honestly, I have no idea what I do. I don't think a lot. I'm probably on Facebook. I'm probably just reading, looking, stuff like that. And the time flies, and I don't know where it went because I didn't do anything. Honestly, it's during the day that I do all the cleaning. That doesn't happen at nighttime.
yeah, no.
No, no.
Do you, okay, does anybody feel guilty about being up all night?
I don't feel
And like,
guilty.
now I know for you and I know for you, it's your schedule your way, right? You don't have to get up, take care of kids, take care of
Right, and I'm just
anybody,
gonna
go
say
to
that I don't feel
work.
guilty because I don't have anybody to answer to or
Right.
anything like that. I'm here, me by myself. I can do whatever I want if I want, and I can do nothing at all if I choose to as well.
Yeah. And I think I'm the same, but it's taken time to get to that point where there's no need, where
Oh yeah,
there's no responsibilities. I don't have to get up. I
right,
don't have to get up for work. I don't have to get up for kids. I don't have to.
right. The only time that kind of screws things up is when you have appointments.
Okay. And then here's the question I want to come back to, because I want to look at some of the chat's answers to the questions we just asked. But something I want to come back to, talking about being up all night and talking to people that are up all night and that struggle with the sleep pattern, making yourself go to sleep, all that. Then do you, and you guys too, struggle with the sleep anxiety then, that now I have something I have to do in the morning. I have to go to bed because I have to be fresh for this thing in the morning, right? I want to have like a normal head on. So I have to
Oh,
go to bed.
very much so.
But now I have an appointment tomorrow, and now I'm never going to go to sleep because now I'm afraid I'm going to oversleep and miss my appointment because I've
Yes,
done that so many
exactly,
times.
exactly. And so
Now
you
I'm
can't make yourself go to sleep. I mean, you just can't. Sleep comes when it wants to, not when you want it to.
well, that's the life I live now. And we've talked about the sleep hygiene and like trying to get into a good sleep. When they talk about sleep hygiene, it's about having good pre-sleeping habits.
Well, I tried that for 2 days
2 days.
at one point, and I went right back to where I was.
I don't know if you would have to give it a longer try, but I understand like it's hard to continue to try
Yeah,
when you're used to being up. And also, there's a lot of reasons for being awake at night.
yeah.
Okay, so Adam says it's always dark when your sleep schedule is backwards. That's 100% true. And even like the past couple days, I've kept it extra dark in the office. Like I have a big window in here, so I can open it and it'll be nice and bright in here and all of that. But like the past 2 days, I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I've just had it dark and closed.
Well, yeah, those curtains that I had just ordered, they is supposed to be blackout curtains, because I love it very dark in that room when I am going to go to sleep.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like I'm in dead of winter today. Sciatica is driving me nuts. I think I need to consider surgery, which scares an arseless, to be honest. Scares me arseless, to be honest. And I understand that, Mischief. I understand the fear of having surgery and needing it. I think the most important thing that you can do is truthfully talk to your doctors. Let them know that you're afraid. Truthfully, like lay your fear on the line, let them know. And is it really going to help you? That's something that I know Doreen and I have talked about with myself regarding surgery, because there's different reasons that make me fear surgery than just the fear, right? There's the recovery,
Oh, yeah.
there's the different things that we may already have going on that may come into play, right?
Chris, what are your symptoms of sciatica? Because I think I have that as well, and I'm going to see a neurosurgeon Wednesday. And I'm just curious as to if any of your symptoms are the same as mine.
That would be good. And maybe we should do a touch base, like live, like after your neurosurgeon, whether it's at 7 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
just, let's see. StreamYard did a little switcheroo. I don't know. It just is very sensitive now. I watch documentaries, some good casts. My issue is high anxiety, so I need a distraction. Yep. I'm with you too. I seriously just I need other things to occupy my brain other than myself and my brain.
Yeah.
Don't you? Like you said, you're like, I don't know what I do. It's like you get lost in Facebook or lost in the clicking.
Yeah.
And I hate that in a lot of ways, right? I feel like, oh, I should be doing something else, right?
Yeah.
But like what? What is it what is the other thing I should be doing? And Maya, like, this is what I do. She paints, I paint or watch TV and watch YouTube. And that's what I'll do. I'll sit here, paint, and have YouTube on and just be listening and painting. Or the TV earlier at the news on just to listen. Last night I cried a lot. Pain and frustration and being so tired, mainly feeling sorry for myself. Well, Chris, I'll tell you something.
You shouldn't feel sorry for you. You shouldn't feel
It's
that way.
okay. Yeah, and I think it's okay for us to feel sorry for ourselves sometimes.
I mean, it's okay for us to have that moment, but like, don't live in it.
No. And I don't think, something like, you guys know, all you guys have been with me forever. And you know that, like, I started doing this to just kind of like make recordings for Poppy and Coral and different things, just to chat and share. But behind the scenes, I just make videos. Like, I will just make a video, and it may just simply be about how I'm feeling that day or how I'm feeling at that moment. And it's almost like I make the video because it's like there's nobody on earth that gives a fuck.
It's funny because One of my posts today is if you shut your phone off for 5 days and then if you shut your phone off for 5 days, nobody could get a hold of you. Who would come looking for you? Who would come? And my answer was nobody.
I don't know.
Nobody would come to my house looking for me. That's for sure.
5 days. I'd be making phone calls.
No, if I turn my phone back on, I would just get yelled at. Where were you? You had us worried, but nobody came.
Yeah, I truthfully understand that, and that is the thing, and that's the thing where I want to tell Chris, you're not alone in feeling those feelings and having those moments of just crying in pain and frustration and like, I'm in all this pain. I don't know what to do about it. I want to feel better. I want to be more productive. I'm tired. I'm tired of feeling this way. That's just me inside of this body. That's not even the other things that go on in our lives, right? Our relationships with people.
No.
All the other things. So there are a couple videos, and this is why I'm just mentioning that, is because there are a couple of videos that I've made where I'm just crying. And I am saying, you know what, this is how I feel. You know, this is how I truthfully feel. Nobody gives a fuck to understand. And that's how it feels in those so alone moments. Whether you have people that love you and care about you or not, in those moments, you're alone. I mean, you are alone, fighting alone. You know what I mean? The pain.
You truly are.
Yeah, there's nobody else inside that body but you. And so, yeah, sweetheart, I get it. I think we get it for sure. Yep. There we go. Same here. I need it for spinal stenosis. Well, Dore's going to get her back thing. My back is all I always call it the crumbling tower of Tiffany. Because it is just disintegrating from the top to the bottom. Which I think is partly why I cannot hardly use my right arm. See, Maya, and I do know this about her, I think, is she needs her routine, so I have to get up early. The latest I get up is 7 a.m. And I think that she does well. And almost, you inspire me, Maya, to almost be more regimented, you know, to like, okay, I'm going to bed. Now it's time for me to get up, to do this, to do that. She does really well.
Yeah, I can't be regimented.
My body truthfully does not.
Doesn't allow it.
Yeah, it really dictates at this time right now. And really probably for the past 6 months. If not longer. It has really truthfully been dictating a lot of things that I do. I started off trying a new medicine. The very first one was probably 6 or 7 months ago. Mm-hmm. And when I was first started looking for some type of help, just overall help, and we initially started off with like a mental health medicine. That went terribly wrong. So we took that away and started looking at some other physical things. And it just went on. It just go on a tangent. And so now I'm just trying to feel human. where I can show up and have conversations, you know. It's been difficult having conversations, isn't it? Just for us, even just and on our, it's easy.
Yeah.
For you and me, and it's just, we've just been so tired. I feel your pain, and the painkillers just don't work, and I have a TENS machine permanently stuck on my back. Did you have the spinal stimulator put in your body, Chris? They wanted to do that at one time where it's like the TENS, you know, but it's internal, and they place it, you know, and then you have a little kind of button on your hip. You know, remember you went through that with me. Remember when we were
Yes.
and I was trying to decide, do I get this? Do I not get this? Because there were reasons that I was afraid to get it. But with MS, everything, it puts everything up in the air for me. Things like that, you know, where you would have normal reactions and you don't. But so is the TENS helping, Chris? TENS might help on the legs, or like a little
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, I'm just pulling about that. Yes, I drive myself crazy, right? Go to sleep. It never works, right? It's like I'll go. Do you guys ever go and just lay down and be like, all right, I'm going to go to bed now? You know,
Yeah.
like,
It never happens.
and then you get there and you're just like, oh, no.
Yeah.
No. And then it's like, fuck it, turn the lights on. Here I'm back. Here I'm back.
I feel sometimes like, oh, excuse me, almost like a commercial. Like my life is a commercial. Because maybe I do feel tired, right?
Yeah.
And let's say like I feel like I'm gonna doze. It's almost like a commercial, because somebody might say something to me and like snap me right out of that, and like I'm just hop back up. I'm just back up, like, you know, like that was the commercial right now, and you know, and like, you know, cut. Here we are back in life, you know. Yeah.
That was my 2 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like that too.
I hate that.
It's like it's almost, and then it's like, nope.
And those 2 minutes, it's like,
Well, those sometimes are like the best 2 minutes.
yeah, I know. I was just gonna say that those 2 minutes make you feel like you slept for 10 hours, and then you're like, right back, like, you know, what do I do now? You know, what am I supposed to do now?
Right, let's go.
Yeah.
I know, and then you sleep 8 hours, and I'm like, am I alive?
Yeah.
Is my foot on my? Are we all the pieces all the time? Let's see.
And then everything that you have to go through just to go to sleep.
Just to go to sleep, and then also to get up. You know, for me, and I've always said it, the wake up is the hardest part of the day for me.
You know, I got to get in the bed. You know, I got to angle. You know, I got to take my remote, and I got to make sure that the fan is exactly just so where I want it. You know, like adjust that. You know, and then yeah, then shut the light off and put the blanket over my head, just for a little bit of warmth for the moment, but then take it off because we need to be cool.
It's too hot,
and like,
right?
Please.
That's how I like. It's like I get all snuggled up, and then I'm like, "Oh, that's good," and then I'm like, "Wait, I can't breathe." Right?
Yeah,
So I gotta, like,
exactly. That's how I am.
And I'm like, I gotta feel the air moving.
Yes,
it is. It's a thing. It really is a thing.
Yeah, I'm almost like a robot.
And baby, they definitely don't work. I can't stand long at all, and so it's at that point. You know,
that's how I feel.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. Well, no, I am in the same boat. Especially since I broke my foot and it's still not healed. I don't know how long. How long have we been? 3 months? 4 months?
4 months.
4 months. And it is still not completely healed
Yeah.
where the screw is. But I do need to start walking on it more without the boot because I'm noticing like I feel like there's shin splints, when I do walk on it. So I thought maybe it would be good to do a little bit of more walking to try to get it going. Maybe we need to like put a little group together. Chris and I had talked the other day briefly about helping each other quit smoking after Christmas. Um, but maybe a little like, let's get healthy. Let's work on getting healthy group. I see your face, Doreen.
I mean, I didn't do it for long. I mean, I stopped for 3 months.
Oh
Which
yeah,
is,
no, you did great. And I'm not saying like
and I mean,
everybody has to.
but that's only with the one of those vapes, like the nicotine vapes.
Well, that's a transition, right? It's a step. So
It's better than the cigarette.
yeah. And so like if that's what, and I'm not even saying, I'm just saying Chris and I had talked about the smoking thing. Em's talking about the difficulty walking and standing for very long, right? And so what I'm saying is, and we're talking about, so Chris and I talked about the smoking. We've talked about the standing and walking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Standing for me is also difficult, and especially for the back. All of us have these flipping back problems.
Yes.
And one of the things that will help us with our back is strengthening our core.
Which we did that how many years ago?
Yeah, but we I wish I wish that it worked. I wished it worked. Hey, if everything I did when I was 19 was still here, come on. Yeah, we got to do it again, honey.
Yeah, I know. And it's going to be worse this time.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to be very much worse.
I know. And that's why I'm saying
Because I
maybe
need help just getting off. Like, I got to hold on to the wall to get off the toilet bowl. Never mind, trying to put my hands out and balance or wherever you're supposed to put them to get up. Get up. You better put a spring under my ass to help me with that.
Yeah, well, and that's how I'm feeling very much with this whole right-sided deficit that I've been having. I very much feel like it's like if this is how I have to get up this way, it's almost like I got to throw this side over to like get me up. You know what I mean? It's really been an
what's good about it is that we can laugh about it. And we can also have fun with it. And it would be fun for us trying to get those things done, like getting our core strength, because it's not going to be easy, but it will be fun trying. I mean, we can laugh at each other and like that's the best.
Oh yeah, there's no judgment at
Right.
all. And there's most certainly no like high expectation, right? The
Right.
biggest thing is just trying.
Right.
Like just getting out there and trying, and each of us trying to push each other. That doesn't mean push each other off the ledge. That just means encourage each other to go a little further.
Right.
That's like when you and I were talking earlier about how when we're doing things and we're going, and then talking about the weakness that we've recently been feeling, where you're going, and you hit that wall where it's just like you're not going any further.
Right.
it's like, oh, everything's fine. No, it isn't.
Right.
And you're not going any further. And so then, we try to be like, fuck you. I'm gonna keep going. But it's just like you just get a little further. There was a time where it was like, okay, fuck you. I'm opening the door and I'm gonna keep going. And now it's like, all right, door, get open, and I'm on the other side. So fuck you. It's like I'm not getting
right.
It's like I'm just making it just to the other side to be like, fuck you.
And now the thing is that like I'm not gonna push myself to. I mean, I'm gonna push myself, but when I feel like I can't, I'm not going to. I'm just gonna stop at that where I'm at because I don't want to damage anything more than what's already friggin' damaged and cause myself more pain.
That's the fear, right?
I've broken so many bones from falling. It's nuts. Foot, arm, pelvic. Wow. Bone twice. And from pain and lack of
balance.
Yep. Well, I definitely have the lack of balance.
Yeah. And what's your do you have EDS also? Do you have a different diagnosis?
Who are we talking to?
M.
Oh.
Let's see. This just says she bought her TENS unit. I bought my daughter one for her birthday today. You're 46. Here's your TENS unit. Happy birthday. Welcome to the over 45 club. You're going to need it. But yeah,
what does it do? What does it do for you, Chris?
Do you know the TENS unit? It's got the little I have one somewhere. I just don't.
I had one. I bought for my father.
Yeah.
And he brought it to the doctor, and the doctor told him he can't use it.
Did he tell him why?
Yeah, because he had the triple bypass.
So he doesn't want to increase any unnatural flowing.
Right.
I use Star Trek as a comfort blanket. Yeah. I put it on when I'm going to bed to trick my brain into not noticing that I'm going to bed. So I won't go to sleep. Yeah, that's a good idea. And I do that. It's not, for me, a lot of time, it's not necessarily the go to sleep. Now, there is most certainly, I put that pressure on myself to go to sleep when I have an appointment the next day, right? Like we were talking about.
Yeah.
You and I have had those conversations. Okay, you got to go because you got to go to the doctor. I got to go to the doctor. And then the next day, I didn't make it to the doctor.
I know.
Both of us.
Yes.
But what I've been watching for a while is Monk. I don't know if anybody has watched Monk, but his like OCD and nervous disorders and stuff really remind me of me. It just cracks me the fuck up.
Really?
Yes. I'll have to send you a clip because it's just funny. Maya says, dang, I stopped smoking for almost 20 years. Then this genius accidentally started again. Like, how stupid is it possible to be? Oh, babe. 20 years. I mean, that's great for you. That's 20 years of not smoking. I mean, that's a big deal. In all honesty, it is. Because 20 years that you were not smoking, I was smoking, and that counts for a lot, right? But if you want to just quit, yeah, I'm sure that you could again. And it's hard, it's really hard. I was on another channel the other day, and I was saying, like, and I've said to you guys before, Smoking has been my best friend throughout my whole adult life without me really realizing it. You know, it's like now I look at like now I've looked at my relationship with smoking and like, why do I smoke? It's bad for you. You've known it's bad for you, but you haven't known it's bad for you like you know it's bad for you now.
Right.
But now I've been smoking for 30 years, right? So, and then I, I like I said, I looked at it and I'm like, it's been there always. It's just was part of the equation. And even when I worked, it was like my bliss for work, right? It's like, oh,
Right.
I gotta go take a smoke break. I gotta go smoke. I'm gonna go. And then it's also was a good way to meet people, because you're outside smoking. Let's see, where's my shit? This thing keeps flippy flopping. I gotta get
Lately, I don't really enjoy the cigarette anymore. I
Yeah.
don't feel like I'm smoking for pleasure. I feel like I'm just smoking to smoke.
Yeah.
Smoking out of boredom. Smoking just for
Just
something to
because it's
do.
what you do.
Yeah, so it's not like there's no purpose in it right now.
Yeah.
It's not after that meal.
Right.
It's not
Like, oh, my coffee and my cigarette.
right. It's
Yeah,
it's
there's
it's not that. It's not there's good gossip. Let me get my cigarette. I gotta get on the phone. We gotta hear this, and it's like not pleasurable anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe because none of those things are going on.
Well, I do like, when I get on the phone and chitty chat, I can smoke without like paying attention so much to the smoking. It's
Right.
like
That was weird.
it's like binge eating. It's like binge smoking. You guys have seen me do it, and I'm gonna smoke a cigarette in a minute.
I need to motivate myself to stay afresh. I'm still out of breath. Being
Really poorly for 3 weeks. Well, maybe we need to talk seriously, and I don't know if you want to, Dore, but it doesn't have to even be a long walk. You know what I mean? Like, I could walk to my mailbox. You could walk just down to the cleaner and back. I mean, I know you can walk farther than that, but I'm just saying if we wanted to, Chris could figure out her little route and we could just start small. And the thing of it is you don't always necessarily have to extend the distance that you go. Like, right? Okay, say we're going to use
right.
your house. Well, you come out of your gated community, right? And you could just walk a square, right? You could just walk straight out, walk down, cross, come back,
Yeah.
square, right? And so you can turn that square into, I'm not saying it's exciting,
I know.
but you can put some music on, just think, see who's coming by, what's around. It just gives you some steps. And I need to take my own advice. You know what I mean? Like I can walk to my mailbox, I can walk down to the fountain, I can walk back. You know what I mean?
Right.
Chris could figure out her little step, and anybody else that wanted to join us for that a little small route. I think that we need to do it and really do it. And especially now that it's becoming fall
and cooler, that's like the best
time. Yeah. That's the best time. Like whether it's in the morning-ish or in the evening time, that would be nice.
Right. Oh.
Let's see.
Okay, who's celebrating the Halloween?
Oh yeah, Halloween is coming up. Okay.
Anybody dressing up?
Chris says, I'm 25 years sober, so I have the mantra, at least I'm not drinking. Not good. It's harder to quit smoking than it was to quit drinking. Well, I think the thing is and Mischief was on the channel with me the other day that I was talking about my smoking, and he had said when you smoke, and I haven't done this research on myself to be able to like say this my own self, so I'm just saying somebody else said this.
Right.
And so if you do your own research, and I'll do my own research eventually, but he said like every time that you inhale you get a dopamine hit, like an extra hit of dopamine, right? Which makes sense to me, right? Because you get that high like instantly. Sometimes the other day I had a hard buzz off a cigarette. Like it was my first time. I'm like, ooh, this feels
Ever,
like
right?
I'm new. I'm
Ooh.
like, ooh. But also the thing of it is it goes away so fast. Like it comes and it
Right.
lasts, and then you put your cigarette out, and then it goes away quickly. And so then you want it again. And I think that something like when he was explaining the dopamine thing, which I didn't follow up and look into, but I believe him and I can see at least that reaction, right? It causes a reaction. But then
Right.
I also see that then that can become part of pain management.
Yeah.
Can you see how that would,
Yeah.
like, oh God, I feel a mess. I feel a mess. Boop. Oh, I feel a mess. Boop. Boop.
Yeah.
So as stupid as it is, it makes sense to me. And it's like sometimes it just feels like a losing battle. Ah, Maya, you little sweetheart. Yes, it was stress that got to me. Fucking bastards. Right? And so when you're stressed and it's like, oh, I need something, right? And as a smokers, even quit
Yeah.
smoker, right? It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, and you always say to yourself, it'll just be this one.
Oh, let me find your message, Chris, about sciatica because
No, I guess no, I didn't.
no, because Doreen can't see the messages in. I'm proud of this, Chris. I'm still looking, guys. Please be patient with me. I'm not a professional nor pretend to be one. I'm just a lady that hops on YouTube and gives opinions. There, I think it is. I think this is it, Chris. The pain radiates from the lower back and travels down the legs. You feel like you want to pull your legs off, like it's a nerve that's trapped. It's a pressure on your entire sciatic nerve. So Chris, is it all there in your bum and your leg and like your hip area? Does it radiates from the lower back and travels down the legs? You feel like you want to pull your legs off, yeah, like it's a nerve that's trapped. It's pressure. Chris, have you ever heard of or taken gabapentin? And I don't ever talk about meds. Doreen knows that, like on live or on anything, but I'm curious. And it's like, no one's coming looking for me, Dore. Like when we were saying, like, who's gonna come looking for me? Like, right?
Aw.
Oh, you guys are so sweet. If I was in New York, I would.
Aw.
Yeah, see, we'll have to send M to come find you.
Oh. Oh
And
yeah.
uh
Oh, cool.
I know, which would be cool when I come. Which I still don't know when that is because we've had some difficult things go on in my
Right.
family. We had a death in the family, which then ended up in some different things going on. And then my son-in-law went to North Carolina. So this month has just been crazy. But to help out with the hurricane effort. So we've just had a couple things that have been whatever. But can you DM me on Facebook Messenger just so I have you close by if that's okay with you? Uh yes. Oh, Mischief, we love you so much, I swear. Don't we?
Yeah, of course.
I was almost sure I had a heart attack last Monday. I didn't call the ambulance, but texted my brother to make sure someone came for the dog. Maya. What was going on? Segments have the adverse effects on me. I am very much the same way on certain. When you get to a certain level of psych medicine, I don't do well. So we don't go there.
Yeah, ever try Seroquel? Whew.
Yeah, that's some crazy shit.
That is something.
Gabapentin.
Do not ever let a doctor try and put you on
Well, don't say
Seroquel.
that. We can't say that.
Uh,
It's not your experience with it because there are plenty of people that I know take it that it's wonderful. And it
really?
is, yes, and it's meant for people that need it. And that's something I've learned about that type of medicine. That that class of medications is not something I need. It seems to put me into more of a psychosis if I take it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like
Yeah.
we've talked about the Seroquel. So like when I took Seroquel, it made me feel more in a psychosis, more disassociated.
Right.
How was your experience?
On Seroquel,
Yeah.
it made me like zombie-ish. Uh, Sleep. Like just like disturbed, like not right, and
Yeah.
and waking up from it, no better either.
No, I feel, and that's something, and that's something that's important when you're trying any new medicine, not just psychiatric medicines, but to know how you feel on them, whether you feel right or wrong. And that is a particular medicine for me that just started make me feeling farther and farther away from myself. Like
Right.
it was like my reality, not even my reality, just reality in general. Life
Right.
outside, I don't was getting cloudy, um and then I tried another type of medication like that was supposed to be really low grade, low dose. And I didn't do well on that either. I ended up yelling at some friends and losing some relationships. So, shit happens.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we read that. I try to leave a little marker where I've left off. Let's see what she said. Seroquel also makes me eat. I don't need that. Yeah, see, I mean, and that's the thing is it's side effects. That's
Yeah,
So
a lot of people claim they gain a lot of weight on it.
yeah. Let's see. Maya says, "Oh, to have pressure on the sciatic nerve is horrible. I needed emergency surgery to get the pressure off the nerve. Got permanent nerve damage." Yeah, Maya, me too. What do you know where your surgery was? Like on your in your spine, like if it's in your lumbar? I would be interested to know. And what did they do with the nerves? Like what was going on with the nerves down there? I'm asking these questions and then I gotta go back. Yeah, I know, Chris. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette in a second. She's like, all this talk about smoking has made me light up. And that's and that's maybe something we need to talk about. And I don't know. That's not Chris's comment, is it? She's like, yes, I need a bone density test also. Yes. And especially, yes. And those are things, I don't know about you guys, but like as I've gotten older and not taking care of my body, right? Like now you're seeing the signs of like, oh, you didn't eat enough calcium, you didn't do, your iron's low all the time, whatever. There's the things that come with chronic illness, and then there's the things that come with being unhealthy or living an unhealthy lifestyle. Right.
Yes.
And then you start to see those effects. And those are things that I talk up to my kid about and would be like, please don't do this. But they're going to do what they're going to do. I just try to explain, like, these are things that I've learned. I'm 53 and have several stuffed animals on my. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love softies. That's one thing. Like when I'm at Coral's house and Poppy's got some of the like softiest softies. When I read this, I was I'm so dirty minded, Mischief's like it's like a vibratory tool. It comes with little pads. She's talking about the, tens unit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, I like the back vibe. Lupus and osteoporosis. Okay. Thank you, honey. I'm trying to remember who has Ehlers-Danlos. Yeah, see, Monk, so old, but so good. I know. And that's kind of the thing. I was even watching a Murder She Wrote there for a little bit. I watched all those over and over again. And it's like sometimes I need stuff like that that's just simple, easy, calm. But then I like that it's got like the little mystery. Sometimes there's a little romance. Murder She Wrote is underrated. Now I thought it was total trash when it was new, right? And I was young, but now I like it. Yeah, osteoporosis. I have osteoporosis also. Go girl, 3 years sober. Way to go.
Nice.
I know. Chris, if you're looking, I don't know if you're interested, and I'm not pushing or promoting or anything like that, but if you like sober YouTube channels, I know that Mischief does follow a couple or did that she liked, so I don't know if that's something you're interested in. Hate the smell of smoke. I know. And you guys, I smoke in my house. I smoke in this house. See, do you see me doing it right now? But I don't like the smell of it.
I think my house is so infested with it, I don't even know what it smells like anymore.
Well, now I do notice it when I leave and I come back. And like I just smoke in this room mostly. I mean, occasionally I'll smoke in the living room.
Right.
And if somebody's over that smokes and wants to smoke at my kitchen table, we can do that too. You know what I mean? But that's not very often. Mostly I smoke in here. And so like my clothes and everything are in my room. They don't smell like
Right.
smoke as much as if something's in here. So, and it makes stuff sticky, you know?
Yeah.
That's the thing. I do hate the smell of it unless I'm smoking. We've had that conversation before.
Yeah. Something I washed here the other day, and ooh, was it yellow or brown? I was like, oh my gosh.
Right. Like you don't even notice.
Nope.
And I remember like when I would wash my grandparents' house or even after they passed and I moved things out and I, brought things home to clean and I would clean them and it would be sticky because it was like many years of the smoke, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my God, if that's what's happening in here, I'm just throwing it out. I'm just not even. You should have a stream Halloween or when you can and dress up. You guys want to have a Halloween stream? Dore, you want to have a Halloween stream?
We can. Just excuse me a second. I really gotta pee.
Yeah, go ahead. Let me see.
Oh.
Halloween. It's on a Thursday. It's on a Thursday night. Would you guys want to do a Halloween stream? We could do it Thursday night on Halloween, or we could do it Friday night, November 1st, which is Doreen's birthday. November 1st is Doreen's birthday, you guys. So we could make it like a Halloween and birthday stream. But we could surprise her with happy birthday. And I could do an open panel. So if any of you guys wanted to pop on and tell her happy birthday, I could send you the link to pop in and surprise her. Just a thought, you guys. So if you want to do it seriously, let me know. Hit me up. Send me a DM. I'll reach out to you. Chris, I'll reach out to you, see if you want to do it. Just send you the link, to pop on like we've done before. She would like that, you guys. Let's see. Nice job, Chris, doing the steps in the house, in the garden, in the summer. Yeah, it's just whatever you can use. Sometimes it's just I make circles in my kitchen. I've been trying to figure out this foot, and so yeah. Can't say I'm getting. Oh, stop it! Stop it! That's a nonsense. Let's see. This is a nice supportive group. I so hate that I don't get to come on more. At the moment, it's right down at my feet on both sides of the jerky you mentioned. No, it's not a muscle relaxer. It's like for nerve pain. It's used for nerve pain. It's known for and now they're using it for other things as well, like mood disorder at a lower dose. For nerve pain, I believe they use a higher dose than they do for like mood disorders. But I don't know if it's even something they use in the UK. I should look into it. But that might be good for you. If it is, it may help. There's different things, and I don't know if like magnesium. I don't know if you've tried that. That will that can help with your leg pain. Uh, Turmeric, it can help. I'm just making little suggestions. So, yeah. Thank you, M. Yeah, I don't anymore because it's so sedating. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know, but I know people that take it and like are great on it. You know what I mean? So it's like I hate to like I really and Dore knows this, like I always hate to name drugs, right? Even
Yeah.
drugs that have fucked me over. Because there have been some MS meds that I really feel like, okay, I drank Jim Jones's Kool-Aid. I'm just waiting for it to kick in. But I don't like naming them because I know that different
That it
meds
works for other people.
Yeah. So it's like I want people to be able to go into things with open minds. Now, if you asked me about something specific, I would tell you. But I don't like to be the one to mention it, right?
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Okay, to have pressure on the sciatica is horrible. Well, I feel that way.
Oh, she said.
I saw that I needed emergency surgery. Pressure on the nerves. Got permanent got permanent nerve damage.
Yeah, look, she said they gave it to her to sleep, Seroquel for her to sleep, but it made her feel nuts. I'm with you. I just
But the Seroquel?
yeah. It fuck me up. I take amitriptyline at night, but it doesn't touch. No, it wouldn't. It's
Does it bother you more, Chris, when you lay down?
05. That's where mine was, Maya. Did they yeah, okay, Chris, does it bother you more when you lay down? And then Maya, when they did your L5, was your root ball all balled up there? And then did they have to like straighten that out? And that's where the nerve damage came from? I'm just asking. We're asking like big questions and I'm behind. Oh gosh, I better hurry up. I'm like 10 minutes behind. I'm all over the place. Can you tell? Okay. Needing a meeting was one of them. Oh, but it's no longer there. She's talking about these sober groups, which I need to look at too. I just like them. Like coming from relationships, being in so many, growing up with alcoholics, growing up and loving alcoholics. We've talked about that before. And then being in alcoholic relationships. We've talked about that before. So I really do enjoy those groups. Needing a meeting. The provider has been having mental health treatment. Oh, I hope she's okay and comes back soon. The lifeboat with Tommy helps me too. I do like the lifeboat with Tommy. There's just a few things. But yeah. I remember in like 89 when my grandfather died, everyone was smoking in the waiting room of the hospital. Oh, yeah. I remember smoking in an airplane, movie theater door.
Yes. McDonald's. The buses.
Oh, yeah, smoking on the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could smoke everywhere. Everywhere. Hey, Aaron, how are you doing? How's Medic Life treating you if you're still here? Haven't seen you. We haven't been here forever, Dore.
I know. It's so nice to see all the pretty faces.
I know. Yeah, right? See, some work great for others and some don't. That's a strong medicine, but if you need it.
When it is as bad as this, I can't get comfortable. Yes. Sitting, standing, or lying. Yes.
Yeah. Let alone do all three. Right? The disc in my back was pressing on the nerve when they had to remove the disc and clean it up there, whatever it was. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing when those discs get compressed is down there. What ends up happening is those nerves start kind of cinching up instead of still laying, being how they were. They start to cinch up. And so for me, when they went out and they took the disc out for me as well, and it was all just a mess. And so they took the disc out and relayed those. And Maya, I don't know about you, but after I had that surgery and my leg, and for me it's my left leg, and I don't know which legs you have, but I literally felt like an injured deer with that leg. Like it felt detached. It took a lot of steroids and a lot of time for it to come back to normal. But it was worth it.
It's my left leg also.
Yeah. It was most certainly worth it because I was going into
we took off
bending
to
over.
Australia to help.
We took off to Asheville to help, and so I just want to give you like way kudos and thank you and all that for all the people that needed it. I said earlier in the stream, my son-in-law, he also went to the Carolinas. He went to South Carolina. Which did you go to first, or South and then North, I believe, to help get there. He's a lineman, an electric lineman.
Yeah, he went to South first.
Yeah. And so I'm really thankful for you guys, proud of you guys that step up and go, because I know that you're leaving your lives, and you take minimal. I mean, they really just have to take what they have for work and like minimal things for themselves, right?
Yeah.
So thank you and proud of you for doing that. I appreciate it. We need the world to do that, right? We need the world to help each other when we get slammed. That's what we just need more patience in the fucking world. More help. Okay. Well, they used to have a smoking section in every restaurant.
They did, and it wasn't a section. It was just wherever you sat.
Yeah,
with
it
with,
used
with
to be.
little aluminum ashtrays.
Yeah, McDonald.
And in the
Remember?
movie theaters, you could smoke, and yeah, just about everywhere.
I remember when I was 8. Yeah, I was had to have been 19. And a friend of mine, we went to the movie theater and we had put beers in our like Slurpee cups.
Yeah,
So we were sitting there drinking beer, smoking our cigarette, watching the movie. Those were the days.
and in the bingo hall.
Yeah, anywhere. Oh my god, the bingo hall would be so smoky.
Right?
Yes, I used to love to go play bingo. You guys ever play bingo?
Right.
So much fun.
Carlson.
Okay, Spanx Calhoun, Tommy's son, which I've seen and I've watched him, and he's a cutie and he does an excellent job. He comes from the heart. Um is the new captain of the light boat, and he does talk about recovery more. Tommy is the admiral now, and he seems to be talking more about other issues. I agree. And you know what? I would promote watching Calhoun at this time. Yeah. If you're looking for like recovery and talk and chat like that, I like what he's doing in Mischief. Thank you for reminding me of that. Nope. My says my leg never came back to normal, but it took a lot to get it to be the best it could be. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, and on airplanes, it's not like you can just open a window. Yeah,
Right.
right?
Right.
God, it was so smoky. I remember, yeah, and even like at home, everybody in my family smoked, which is probably why I smoked. But everybody in my family smoked, and so I remember like God being in the car, and if we had like an extra person, right? It's like you couldn't even see through it. Breathe out of it.
Well, yeah, in the funeral homes down by like where we were, they had like a downstairs, where you sat, and
And smoke
yeah,
down there.
yeah.
Yeah, everybody'd be down there. You're right. Oh, the airplane, Maya. You're right. That was the worst. I used to go to Foxwoods Casino and play bingo all the time. I love bingo. So many pubs have closed in England since the smoking ban. The smell of tobacco masks the awful smell of the stale ale. Well, that's true. The old bars and pubs have that old stale ale, and now the old stale ale, old smoke smell, right?
Well, if you're a smoker and you're in a bar, you want to sit down and have your drink and have your cigarette.
Yeah.
You don't want to have to get up and go stand outside, smoke your cigarette and come back in. No. So a lot of people stopped going, and they
Yeah.
started going to the like the VFW clubs and stuff like that, because
The little more private clubs where you can
right, and
smoke.
you could smoke.
Yeah. Well, I know here a lot of places have made like an extension to the bar or pub that's like outside and has like a little covered patio area. For those SPTVers, it's like La Poubelle, where they have like where it's like plastic door and they zip it up and the tables are outside, and maybe there's a little heater out there where you can smoke and stand outside. We have a lot of that here where they've made just an extra area to smoke or to, just to be outside. And so that's where you'll find me usually. Anybody want to ask anything about SPTV? Anybody want to ask my stance, my thoughts, my anything while we're here? I know there's only a few of you, 2 of you here that know. We'll do a Halloween thing, and let's do it on the Friday after Halloween, Dore. Is that okay?
No, that's the first, right?
What are you doing?
On the first?
Yeah.
Morning.
You want to do it on the morning of the 1st?
No. You asked me what I'm doing on the first. I said morning.
No, we're not doing that. I already talked to the ladies, and it's not an option now.
What?
No, you're not mourning for what?
My sister was waked on the first.
Is that not your birthday?
Yes. But it's not my birthday no more. It's my sister's mourning day.
Doreen.
She was waked on that day. I can't use that as my birthday anymore. I can't do that. It's her day now. It's not mine.
It's both
I
of
was
your
born
day.
on that day, and she was put to rest or whatever on that day.
Okay. Well, Doreen. And you guys, Doreen and I have talked about this for the past 7 years, so don't think this is the first time that we're having this conversation and I'm being rough on her or any of those things, or that I don't give a shit or any of that stuff, okay? Because she knows how I feel. I want, and we will figure out a way to celebrate Lorraine and Doreen in the same day. That's fair, Doreen.
Okay.
You think Lorraine's gonna be like, yeah, Dore, you just sit there and be miserable.
Yeah. Yes.
I know. I was just thinking, yeah, she probably would, right? So
Yes.
now you got to be like, no, bitch, no, bitch. I'm celebrating me and you. No. I'm not gonna sit here and be all. No, we can enjoy both of you, and not only that, we can take time to, maybe we could learn about Lorraine that day a little bit if you felt up to it.
Yeah.
Introducing everyone to her. We've done that with Kim, we've done that with Joni, we've done that with other people. Let's do it with you and Lorraine.
Yeah, you do that.
What do you think?
Yeah.
All right.
I love talking about my sister.
Yeah. So, so on November 1st, she was
Period.
like, no.
Period.
November 1st. We will do a Halloween and we'll dress up a little bit or find a little something fun. If that's okay, if you feel up to it, whatever. Maybe you could have a tiara that day, Doreen.
I don't want to know tiara. I'm going to have a white Russian.
You could have both. And we will we'll do a little celebration. I think that's a great idea.
Because that's what my sister would be doing. She'd be drinking. So I'll drink for her on her day.
Yeah. If that's what you want to do. If you guys are okay, let's do it. On the 1st. We'll set a time. We'll have to figure out a time that's good for Maya. And you know who I'd really like to see? Ginny Wong.
Yeah.
Hopefully she could join us. She could join us. She could join us. So yeah, that would be fun. We'll have to post it.
Okay.
Yeah. Meet Lorraine.
October 25th is the day she passed. November 1st, the day she was waked. Ugh.
Which, you know what, in truth, that's very close to my grandfather. I wonder if he was buried on the 1st, now that I'm thinking about it. Because I remember Coral coming to his funeral in the evening.
And my uncle died the day before her.
Your mom or your
Wait a
dad?
minute. My uncle died the day after my sister. My uncle. My father's brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Well, they say it goes in threes. That
Threes, I know.
Yes, and it seems to be fucking true, and I hate that. As the years have gone by, it seems to be that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Um All right, I'll tell you guys my opinions on the last week in SPTV if you want to know. Let's see. There's a couple other first birthdays. Where'd they go? Not November. Let's see. Maya is a June 1st. M is a February 1st, which is very cool. My dad was the 3rd. And then Mischief is March 13th, which happens to be L. Ron Hubbard's birthday. You know, yeah. Maya's like, oh dear, Chris. Hurry, change it. Okay. Do you mind if I talk about Scientology, Doreen?
No.
Because I told her that there was a little bit of discourse going on within that community, and yeah, babe, see what you can get for some relief. That's what I always tell everybody. It's just like, see what the things that you can use. That's something I've learned over the years. Door 2. The things that you have in your arsenal are the things that you have to use and figure out how to use the best to help you.
Yeah.
So don't just sit miserably. Think, would a Tylenol help me? Would a cold pack help me? Would a warm pack help me? If I put my feet up, would that help? Things that you can actually do to try to help yourself. And I think a lot of times we don't do that. We just sit there miserably.
I know.
Instead of stopping to try to help ourselves. Anything you want to talk about, Dore?
No.
Okay. Okay, you guys. As far as this week in the ex-Scientology community, it has been a lot of back and forth, berating each other, acting unprofessional. It's been sad. And I know that all of us that are here right now have been a part of that community for close to 3 years, I would say. I mean, it's not a drop in the hat. We've been committed to that community on a daily basis almost. Um so I think that it's very just painful to see. And as that community opened up, right? However you got there, um the community started to open up and we started to meet new people with different personalities, individual thoughts of how to go about things. Um, and just like in life, when you go to a job, say, there's people of all different personalities, right? Good morning, Tomas. I'm talking about this week in Scientology and my feelings about it. So we've been committed for a long time, and I think that we've seen a lot of different things happen from just maybe one or two or three or four people kind of really making the connection, at least for me, that I started to pick up, and then I started to get more and more interested in. Like I said, we met more and more people from that community. Then within that community, we've made friendships, right? And then all of a sudden, these people that you've been following, they start to break up. And you have your own feelings about what they're doing. You know, what the people on the creators are doing. You have your own feelings about that. You have your own personal feelings. But another thing I think that truthfully guides you is what is happening in the chat. Because you've created friends and relationships, these parasocial relationships in chat, right? Which I think are great. And then from the chat, you get to a place where you're like in a private group chatting or on Discord chatting, getting to know each other better or whatever. And so then when these breakups start happening, it's almost like you're afraid to follow your own personal feelings, not necessarily because of the creator themselves, but because of the friendships that you've made in chat that you don't want to lose or offend people. Or do you feel the way that I feel? And if you don't, will we still be able to be friends, or will you still talk to me? So I think, in truth, you guys, I think that part of that difficulty, like speaking out about it, like you said, that I'm afraid to speak out about it because who's gonna like not be my friend, or who's gonna disconnect from me, right? And and so I think that's something that happens in the chat. Now, as far as like people's behavior and where my support goes, I'll tell you guys, um, I'm disappointed. I've was a follower of Aaron's for a long time. I think that Aaron brings the news, or was bringing the news. And for a while, introducing us to new people that were coming out or had been out of Scientology and wanted to create their channels or tell their stories. And they came out and they created their own little communities. And so different people started getting to know those different creators, getting to know their personalities, whether they like them or not. Everybody is going to have feelings feelings about things. And I think that as far as Nora goes, I think that her feelings are valid. And from just what I have been able to see of Aaron's behavior, um, and I don't know him at all, and from what he has said himself, um, I he's probably not somebody that like would be a great friend of mine, but probably vice versa. I'm not going to be a great friend of his, right? That's okay. There are certain things that I've learned about him along the way, or I've seen about him along the way, that I don't care for. And so I don't have to follow him or support him or any of that shit. I do like Nora. I do like that she does speak up and she says how she feels. Sometimes I think that that can become a lot. And I'm not saying, I think it can become a lot for her. And I know that she has turned this into her journal, her truth, and all of that. And I'm there. You guys see that I'm there. Any place I am, I say hello, I'm here. Because I don't care who thinks which way about me. Is anybody here that gives a shit that I'm telling this? I'm just keep talking, and I feel like, who am I talking to?
I think Tomas is here.
Hey, Tomas.
Hey, Tomas.
Okay, Mischief is still listening to me. Thank you. Tomas is talking to him. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going then. Thank you. So long as somebody's listening. So,
well, I don't really want to interrupt, but I'm kind of tired, so I'm gonna
so
hop
you're gonna
off.
get off?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna get off. But it was
Okay.
nice talking to everyone and seeing everyone here. And I shall see you all soon.
Okay. Good night, Doreen.
Good night.
Love
Good night,
you.
everyone. Good morning, everyone. Love you too. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Well, there goes Doreen. It's just me. I'm lost in the sauce, but I'm listening. I'm a newbie. Well, a lot of, I don't have a shit ton of followers, but, a bunch of us we follow the ex Scientology community, because there are a lot of abuses in Scientology. And so we support spreading awareness to the fact that Scientology is a tax deductible enterprise that moves in human trafficking, child SA, elder abuse, allegedly, and they move their people under the guise of missions and bullshit. And I could really get going on it, but that's why a lot of us are there. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to say that I do stand with Nora and I believe her truth, and I appreciate her truth. And the thing of it is that being part of this community and being invested in it as much as we are, and It's hard to not. I think so many people have tried to walk away or take a break, and I've taken a break, and I think a lot of us have taken a break. But to walk away and then still wonderful, Em. Wonderful. I'm so glad. So I mean, I'm just glad in the fact that you I, I am talking somewhat. Um so and Tomas, how long have I been talking about Scientology and like trying to be like, hello, you guys, listen, even though I talk about chronic illness and I talk about this and that has been my thing for a long time. All of the sudden here comes Scientology. And I'm not okay with it. And then when I realized there is an ideal org here in my city, and when I realized where it was located, I've told you guys, it's right outside the town that I grew up in. It's a wealthy area, and they are promoting ex Scientology, Tomas. I know you're busy. But they are promoting this crap in, sorry guys, in my area. And by the area I grew up, they want the children. Uh, my granddad, yes. Which I could tell you a lot about my granddad. I could give you some good things to listen to. But the thing is, right now, I live in a small town with a private college. And so those are wealthy kids, right? And Scientology right now is looking for young people to go sign up for Scientology and go into their C organization that you sign a billion-year contract and you go off to wherever the hell they tell you to go, and you kind of disconnect from the rest of your family that is not in Scientology, and they want you to go off and work for them for the rest of your life. And so what is happening right now, and I would love to get on someone's platform and I can reach out and try to do that and talk about it, because right now they are leaving this kind of bullshit, their propaganda and bullshit, all over the place. Here's more of it. Here's more of it. I've got more of it. For people to just pick up and try, and they want these young people to come because their old people are dying off. Anyway, the crap from this past week. I don't think that both people have been the most mature about it, but also it's difficult to go on live stream and say, hey, I want to talk about this person and look professional, and then vice versa, go on live stream and look professional. I am listening to Nora. I am supporting her. She's somebody that I listen to because I've always liked the way she explains things or breaks things down. I know that was her job inside of Scientology, and she's very good at it. She's very good at breaking it down, breaking things down. Like the Narcanon things. I love the way that she can break things down, break words down. That's one of the reasons that I've always liked her. The Aaron's kind of response to the Louis Repetto thing And not just the Louis, but how he responded to people that got the pictures of Louis Repetto. You know, not everybody is interested in seeing your private parts. You know, uh it's not cool to just show your junk without asking somebody first. It's extremely disrespectful. And I don't understand if people really truthfully get that, you know. And so, as far as the Louis Repetto thing goes, and you guys know that I have pictures, right? And it's not something that I've talked about. It's not, I mean, I've talked about it, but it's not something I go on and say, hey, da da da. But when people ask, does it exist? Yes or no? Yeah, it exists. And yeah, I got pictures. So, but I also don't think anybody should have to prove it, whatever. I don't think it hurts to give an acknowledgement. I don't think it hurts to give an acknowledgement to a lot of things. Something else that I do want to say is that I do support uh, DOA, and I can explain to you why if you want me to. Yeah, definitely. I can look up her channel and put a link in there because she's great. I mean, there are some really, really great channels that are so full of information. But all right. You guys still here? Okay, miss you. You guys are still here. I didn't know if you were gonna leave me after Dore left. Maya, you want to know why I support DOA? I will tell you. I'm looking for Nora's thing. Um, the reason why. Oh my God, Tiff! I should have known we could be in. You know, when everything happens, when DOA came uh to LA. Sorry guys, my mouth is so dry. And this is something too I learned about the protesters kind of early on. I might have even learned this about when I watched the Claire and Jess Palmadessa interview. When DOA came to LA to protest, he didn't really know what he was facing, right? And in truth, I think that none of the protesters, especially like the TikTok protesters, you know, the guys that came from TikTok, I don't think that they originally knew what they were protesting. I need a moderator. Well, I need somebody to do this stuff because I can't talk. I found it, Chris. I found it. All right, let me do this, and so I can. Where's your link, Miss Nora? No, I did the wrong action. Okay. Uh, I think when DOA and the protesters came to protest Scientology, I don't necessarily know that they truthfully knew what they were facing, what they were up against. I think they came for a cause. I watched them as time went learn about the cause and learn a passion about the cause. Some of them, as you can see, stuck to the passion of the cause. Some of them didn't. Now, I watched the encampment pretty much the whole time. I mean, and I'm sure you guys did as well. DOA is loud and he's boisterous and he is most certainly there to get noticed, to be loud, for you to hear what he is saying. And that's what he did. That's what he was doing during the encampment. Now, during the encampment, I want to talk about the fair gaming, the Scientology tactics to destroy, the other bullshit they pulled that was constantly going on, and not really being able to turn your back. Now, please don't misunderstand. By me saying I support DOA does not mean I don't support Pinche Becky. I support Pinche Becky. And all of them, and this is something I'm saying that happened to all of them, not just DOA. But I sat there and watched them with the chomos, right? I don't even feel right saying chomo because I don't know what it means. I mean, some people say it means a child molester. I don't. I guess that's what it means. But you know, the guys that bumped into the table, right? Then we're trying to do the tents and this and that. Whether any of these things were good ideas, that's all be hindsight, right? Because everything just kind of came together quickly. Money was coming in to try to make things happen. Scientology is just let's run all the water we possibly can. Let's have people swooshing by. Let's swat people here, there, and everywhere so everybody's nerves are on high alert. Let's put pressure on everyone to do things they've never done while working under this type of pressure. I think it's a lot. I think it's a big ask of anyone. And I have to give credit. You know, I like to look at what people have done or tried to do. Now, I know I heard him say he's going to bullhorn this person and bullhorn that person. I haven't seen him do any of those things. As time has gone, I've seen him try to relax about things. You know, I think it was a heightened, stressful situation. I wasn't there. I believe people I believe that Pinche Becky goes out with the best of intention to do what she does. I think everyone that went to that encampment and participated went with the best of intentions, with the best in their heart. Whether you could do or not do, I think I would probably be a little bit like ham it up. Tiffany's going to be in her RV. It's a lot of work. It's fucking hot. You can only do so much. I know I'm a human being. I know I look like a normal person. I know I look like I can do more normal person things, but I can't. And I know not everybody can understand that, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed and you need more help and you need more hands. And I think that I have to give somebody grace. Now, I have looked into past allegations of things. If you have something that is firm and confirming that he truthfully has done something that has really harmed another person, please let me know. But I think in the area that Scotty runs or has run in the past, I think everybody is like that. If you guys have ever watched it, looked at the convoys, looked at any of the protesting in DC, in anywhere that he has protested before, it's loud, it's obnoxious. You saw some of the DNC maybe. It's loud, it's obnoxious, and that's what he came from. I've been watching him grow and learn and continue to contribute to the community one way or another. Unfortunately, the community is divided. That doesn't mean I personally have to be divided. I don't. I can like Aaron and I can like DOA at the same time. I can like Nora and I can like Aaron and I can like whoever the fuck I want, and I can watch whoever I want. Now, there are certain people that I've choose to watch less of just because I want to learn. I want to learn what's going on. And it's like being a part of this community, as you guys know from being here for so long, that you sense something is going on. You sense something's going on, something's not right. There's things like, feels like nobody's being truthful. Why am I not trustworthy enough to know what the hell is going on, right? Like, it's a shitty place to be. And then you have somebody coming out, like Nora, that's saying, hey guys, listen. I mean, you see it. You were seeing it. You were seeing the cracks happening in the foundation. And I don't mean the foundation, I mean a foundation like a base. You start to see the cracks happening and you're like, whoa, what's going on? Can I help in any way? But I don't know what's happening. And nobody, uh, nobody is open. So I have to say, I appreciate Nora's openness, especially for the people that are committed to the community. I saw Marissa the other day say, people don't need to announce that they're never ends because most people are never ends. And in this community, it's like people have to identify themselves. Have you been in Scientologist? Because you have more information than I do as a never in who doesn't have that kind of. I'm learning You've lived it. And that's another thing that I think about that community and people that have maybe been on the board or part of the board or been the friends for the 30 years and grew up together. They all grew up, first of all, those guys all grew up in different ways. Some of them grew up at the ranch, some of them grew up with staff parents, some of them went to private school, some of them went to public school. Um, they all have a lot of similarities, but they also have a lot of differences. And so I don't think it's fair for them, for one, to act like they all came from the same place, the same stages, the same way. And I don't think that they do. I'm not really accusing them of doing that. But I also don't think that it's fair. Although I do have to be honest, I do sometimes feel that way with Aaron. I do feel like sometimes I'm not trying to minimize by any way. You guys know I'm not trying to minimize anything anybody has gone through. I totally support the guys all the way around. But, he did not grow up at the ranch. His upbringing was different. And so I think, I don't like it when I see like him and Jenna talking and it's like, yeah, we're both the same, but you're not. You're not the same. You haven't gone through the same things. And you most certainly had different lives. So I think that's something else that could be acknowledged. We're not all the same. Aaron is dodgy. Yeah, sexist, homophobic, and possibly racist, evidence of narcissistic and sociopathic tendency. Well, I'll say this. I don't know. I've known narcissists. I grew up with narcissists. Then I married a man that turned out to be a narcissist, or he was a caterpillar narcissist. And when we got married, he turned into a beautiful butterfly. I don't know. But he was a narcissist. So I'm not going to say, like, I. I don't know Aaron well enough to say if he's a narcissist, and most certainly not well enough to say if he has sociopathic tendencies. I think that Aaron is dodgy. I from what I see. Now that's the thing, and that's something that we do have to remember. All we know of these people are what we see. I try to be as transparent as I can with you guys, and some of you have known me for many years at this point. Tomas has known me for quite a while. Tomas, I don't even know how long. But, Dore's known me for a long time. So I think by knowing somebody for a long period of time, you do get to know their character and their personality and really what they're about. Like we've said, we have been part of the community for about 3 years. So it's like, I feel like, geez, I've known Maya for a while. Even though we don't know each other really, really well, I like that our friendship is good enough that we check in on each other, see how each other is doing. Um, Same with Mischief. I think I love the relationships we've been able to create and continue to check on each other and make, it's having friends for a period of time. And so that's it's parasocial relationships are most certainly different than what they used to be. Um, and I think that's just going to just continue to grow with the future. If you want my personal opinion, that's how relationships are going to be in the future, is parasocial. We're gonna, because people are going to work more from home, we're going to interact more like this. It's going to be an online world, that's for sure. It already is. Okay, let me see. I've seen a little. I did watch. Okay, I'm gonna keep going with this comment. Aaron is dodgy. I can agree with that. Sexist. Again, I don't know him well enough you know, some of what I see from him does remind me of other people I know. Homophobic, that really was a bit more confirmed for me watching him on Andrew Gould, Heretics, I believe. Andrew Gould's Heretics. With sociopathic tendencies. And actually, you know what? Let me make a little note and I'm going to link that. I will link that video, that heretic video in the bottom. And I'm really not trying to throw shade on anyone. I'm not. I'm just being honest, right? I mean, you guys are always going to get honesty from me. All right, let's see. Okay. So, and yeah, possibly. I don't know. Again, I don't know him well enough. From what I see, I can see some sexist behavior. I most certainly see dodgy behavior. And he made his homophobic feelings pretty clear, obviously, on Andrew Gould, in my personal opinion. Let's see. I can support what people are trying to do and not necessarily feel the same support to them as persons. I got you. Like you can support, you're good with what they're doing, but I don't necessarily like you very much. And that's okay. And that's great, and that's the wonderful thing, right? Like, and the thing of it is like, you guys know, I like to study people, I like to learn people, I like to pay attention to people, and I really watched DOA, and I've watched him now, and I think that he has a really good, kind heart. I truthfully do. And it just everyone is different. You know, everyone is different. I honestly didn't meet any narcs till I came on YouTube. Many narcs. Who's narking? Who's narking? We're talking about Aaron. That was disgusting. Him chasing, and that is a reason why there's certain things I can just not stand by. And I just not going to support that. And already with the foundations, both foundations, right? I support both foundations. When I pick up this shit, right? I pick up and this is just the way I can protest, you guys. I can't go out and stand there. I can't this and that. But when I go into, and they put just a couple of these out, and I go in if I see them, I go in the shop and we pick them up, and I leave other cards. And I leave the Aftermath and the SPTV cards. And the reason I do that doesn't mean I like either of those places, right? And that doesn't mean I'm supporting either of those places. But what I am doing is I'm supporting Scientologists leaving Scientology, and I have no other way or anything else to offer them but those two fucking resources that I hope to God are good for now. And yeah, I hate it. That was absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion, chasing someone down. It doesn't matter if they're a Sea Org member or not, in my personal opinion. It makes it worse that they're a Sea Org member because a Sea Org member is truthfully afraid. Like they're not running into their house right here, or what the case may be. You know what I mean? That's just disgusting. They're not, they don't have the confidence to say, get away from me. Go fuck yourself. Stop chasing me. What do you want? They don't, they're running. Watch somebody try to chase me, you guys. Come on. I'm not running anywhere. Fuck you. You just run right into me. Had a good moan about my aches and pains. Tomas, Tiff, and Chat are great listeners. Yeah, that was it just was gross. And what does that say about you as a person? And that's what I'm saying about, like Maya says, you can support the work you're doing. That doesn't mean I have to like or care for you as a person, right? And to me, I am more invested. Here's the thing. YouTube is like television that you can become interactive with, right? It's like our favorite soap operas that now we can pay our favorite soap actor to say hi to us or give us a shout out, or he needs a new, whatever the case may be. I like him, so let me help him get that, right? So it's really like interactive TV. And sometimes you can get too invested. And that's something that I know, especially with the the Sex Scientology community, SPTV community. I think a lot of people have had to be like, whoa, let me take a break here, because it's a good there's a lot of trauma in that community, from the creators to the chat community. And so I think you can meet a lot of really, really goodness, and you can also meet some real crap. Wait, hold on, I can't see. There we go. Yeah, right. No, he didn't choose the man. Well, YouTube turned you into a severe introvert, to be honest. I came here after my husband passed 7 years ago, sweetheart, and fell into a bad crowd. But I'm trying to trust again. Oh, honey, well, come around. Come around. Come around. We have some really nice, good people here. Just don't trust Tomas. We have an amazing crowd. We really do. And okay. Let me just go down because I can't see. Sorry, you guys. Yeah, I'm sorry. And most certainly we are here. Chris says you can trust Tiff. She is the dog's bollocks. Thank you. That's dog's bollocks. So we say in the UK, a true friend to me and always there when I need her. I hope you stick around. Thank you very much, Chris. And you as well. It's not a one-way street. That's the nice thing. Thank you guys. You're so sweet. Yeah, narcissist is Tomas. Narc is usually feds. Well, I'm glad you're here, Tomas, just in case we need somebody or fast track it. Yeah, narcissist. And that's one thing that we really try to not deal with here. It's a lot of us have already dealt with narcissists and are done with that shit. I've been done with it for a long time. But Doreen, we've had conversations, and I think there's some old conversations that Doreen and I have had about her and her more recent relationship with a narcissist, which was a wonderful talk just to get through. I don't know what it was like to watch, but let's see. Come on, right, right. Hey, Kim. Hey, Kim D. How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you, honey. So good to see you. If it wasn't about the SPTV community teaching me about different stuff, it would be something else. I'm primed for growth. Well, then I'm so happy for, and you really are. And I got to talk to you because maybe we should just do like a little interview because you have just done so much growth in like the past 2 months. It's amazing. And I can tell from afar. That you have. And the one thing about the SPTV community is that it did in the beginning, like when we're talking about the way back, if you guys remember like the pre-shows and before there was even what did they call themselves? The Never Ends, Marilyn, Chad, Juliana, and Denver Stevo, right? So it's even before them. And Aaron was promoting everybody to start a YouTube channel and just to start a YouTube channel and to start talking. And so really, and then watching kind of the Never Ends starting, especially Clearwater Chad. And I'm going to give credit to Clearwater Chad for talking to people, encouraging them, for me anyway. It's my personal experience. Clearwater Chad is the one who was like, yeah, come on, you want to talk? Let's go. Come on and come join the pre-show. And you're welcome. And so he really was the one that really opened me up more and encouraged me the most to just start talking on YouTube. And for me, it wasn't the craziest thing because I had already talked live on Facebook for a long time. So I just did. Yeah, I agree. Things can be misunderstood, misconstrued, and that's the thing that I don't like. And that's something that I try to remind myself that I'm just going to go where I want to go. I go to DOA's chat. I go to Cheese chat. I go to Nora's chat. I've been watching, and I'm not talking about chat channels. Liz Gale. Natalie, I'm sad. I'm sad because she got rid of her dog. But it's her life. It's her dog. It's da-da-da. I just get weird, And so anyway, but I'll watch a little bit of this, that, or the other. But I kind of feel like I've decided that, my support is going really with the artists and the protesters at this time. That's where I feel like my you're asking where my loyalty really goes. I think it goes to the artists who have been making, like Maya, Fluffer Squirrel, Tilty Bird, Kelly, Brad, Jen, Pup Groomer, all you guys that do the art stuff, Janelle, any of you guys, Scientology Geek, right? Anybody that does the art stuff, I really appreciate and I support. And the reason that I do support that a lot And probably first and foremost is because I think that it came into the community right when the community needed it. And it's almost like how I kind of looked at it is like, oh, the community is just a mess and everybody is hurting and doesn't know what to do. And it's like, here come all these little fairies and angels with different talents. And we're like, hey, you know what? We've been here in this community the whole time. And we have these other talents that are calm and relaxing. We can have conversations. We can talk about Scientology. We can talk about each other. We can relax and we can still enjoy our community, talk to each other. So I think that the artist really saved the community at a time where I think everybody would have been like, DOA is going this way. Aaron and the foundation are going this way. And everybody's lost. But here come the artists, and that seemed to be the glue. So that's one of the places I truthfully, and I believe I've said that before, I give a lot of credit to. Put a lot of time in. Uh, all right, Emily. I'm probably going to get off of here soon. I've been talking a long time. I'm going to wind down, Tiff, try to get some sleep. Thank you so much for going live, and I'll message you on Facebook soon. Bye, Thomas and Chad. Good night, sweetheart. Get some rest. I'm glad you're going to. I know it's 8:30 in the morning. I haven't had any sleep. So, I mean, I just want to say that, I want everybody to know that, that I really, really, the artist channels in the community need to get a positive recognition. We're getting all the protesters are getting recognition, which I'm going to talk about them in a second. This other bullshit gets but what about the artist channels that like, here comes everybody that's like, hey, let's chill out. Yeah, right. Wonderful, amazing humans, amazing. And I think that was just an amazing. I just watching that unfold. Oh, okay. Well, good luck. Bye, Tomas. Bye, Kim. All right, guys, I'll shut up and go. But then then I want to say the protesters. I have to support the protesters because, like I said, I don't know that a lot of them knew, and I'm maybe you should know, but also I don't know if you know. Like, are you be too scared? It's scary. It is scary. It's even scary picking up this bullshit. Like somebody following you. It's scary going to the org. Every time I go to the org, the next day I get a phone call from Scientology. So I think that if you didn't grow up in it, I understand if you've grown up in it and you're accustomed or you're more used to the ways and the thinking of Scientology. You're raised with the same thinking. But the Neverends are not trained with that same kind of ugly, twisted, fucked up thinking that Scientology has. So I gotta support these guys that go out and put themselves right on Scientology's door. And just like we saw with Michael, literally Michael, anything can happen to anybody innocently. And so I'm gonna support them. That do I love everything that everybody has done or does do? No. But I can also see that there's growth and learning in the protesting and the way people are protesting and the way people are talking to people and different things. I know that, like, through DOA's case, I know that, like, they played back, some of his ugliness, we'll say, ugly words and inappropriate things that he's, maybe screaming in a cop's face. They played back in court in front of the judge, and that can be embarrassing, right? I don't know how he felt about it, but I know I would be like, Anyway, you guys know how I feel. You guys know who I am, and ever if you question that, please ask me. Please don't be afraid to hit me up or whatever. So I am gonna go though because it's 9:32. It's breakfast, guys, and I've been on for a long time. I lost Doreen. I've been running my mouth. So I will talk to you guys soon, and I'm sure I'll see you around through the day. And I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out for a little while. And we'll be back soon. And I will post our Halloween birthday Halloween meet Lorraine. All right. Have a good night, guys. Peace out. Bye-bye. Maybe.